What is our cry? Juma or no? Why be there? Yes, why lab technician? You know,
Juma lab 3 good years.
Yeah, boy, Juma now is no.
Yeah, but your boy was young, you may be chemi.
But who near my oil, no, who
be, but another only
but the Juma no, why be there as a lab technician?
My 3 good years, brother.
There's a whole what me run a field or known to me route field.
I just want to make some clarification and corrections maybe about video ya CCA between Minia portfolio and Oseikrom, right? This is not to disrespect them. I respect them a lot. The fact that they are putting Kumasi on the map, they are doing their best in their various fields. Yes. But then, the person me correcting some Unubia portfolio kind. I understand because medical laboratory science in the field about radio, so they are yes. Obetimi aboy Makama. Oseikrom a very smart guy because Oshe said in a portfolio can no pushing the cover na Oseikrom so try so be draw distinction between adwuma na okoye we lab no ene de Yabuaje Kum Francis eye no difference kakra omtina opese ochre se eba laboratory field ne dia according to Yabua presentations na oye no owo nanim chen no or the sa respect ne ma Yabua. Yes, but the mimi focus was so pa two things. One, portfolio na opese ochre se Oseikrom betimi akoye adwuma wo lab because waye adwuma wo hoda and or refer me say obetimi akoye lab technician sa ne mani mienu pe na me address because it's related to medical laboratory profession and I stand for medical laboratory professionals. So one, before wa obetimi practice laboratory as medical laboratory professional no just say wakwa medical laboratory science course in various levels. Your assistantship or your technician or your scientist or your doctor or 2 years certificate or your assistant and it's fading out. 3 years diploma or HND or a technician. 4-year BSc medical laboratory science or a scientist. 6 years just like medicine now. Or a doctor of medical laboratory science from MLSD. It's a who do we now before ubetimi ababe practice as medical laboratory professional and what program we na wa graduate our certificate and still cra untimi practice just say Ally Health Professions Council amaw license exam so what try pass it amaw license before you can practice into nancy recruitment here by obi wa medical laboratory science and your certificate or even what show license or on a license grow but license no one renew yes own renew now license no active you can't even work in the lab you who are bet show so year juma as illegal until you have to go through all this process before you can practice in the lab because a human samples now ko yehu juma nipa ho ade emoja jonso ne sa no so you have to go through all this process before you can practice as medical laboratory professional. Please, me name Oseikrom qualification, but penny presentation no. Let me assume me say, only medical laboratory science certificate bia, only license bia, name one way or the other no, of finding yourself in the lab to practice and now to support. So our certificate and so fine, and you bet me a practice it. That's not so license now, obey me a practice it. But it be a one way or the other, or finding yourself in the lab to support for a number of years near there. But we need lab background, we need license to practice. Yenti mean say the fact that we more lab into obey me a boy real laboratory field it doesn't work like that. I just want to make that correction from Sasana portfolio kind. Secondly, now or kase Oseikrom betimi akwa lab technician to said Yabuaje Kum no. Clear distinction there. Lab technician and lab scientist. Enyepe. Yabuaje Kum Francis. Onye lab technician. Oko UCC koye BSc medical laboratory science. Until they be refer to himself as biomedical scientist and as a medical laboratory scientist. It's Mr. Remo. And you be oye juma or lab biya na your friend a lab technician. I understand. You can lab technician na manaka ho because that's where it started. But you see, as far as Doctor of Medical Laboratory Science. I work with 6 years to say you'll be quiet medicine. To say any pan bet me a friend technician and I know. So Mr. Ramunio be your more lab be an lab technician. There were assistants or your technicians your scientists and your doctors and so our lab honum. So I just wanted to make this clarification respectfully and then make these corrections so that the public will know say yes sir oh sorry yeah na lab. You have to go through the school process, the license process, even internship before you can practice. After that, no new be lab will be an lab technician. We have assistants, technicians, scientists, and doctors. Which you like a video in a say no be should be. But that's